beautiful Glamfam, let's get started. So we are testing out some new makeup today. I have a huge haul for you guys. So I have the brand new Lancome Super Tint Skin Tint. I have the brand new Too Faced, and these are like their lip balm lip tint. So excited to play with that. I have some new products from Dermselect that I have been really liking, and some K-Beauty products, a new brush that I picked up from Ulta Beauty Collection that I'm so excited. We are going to kind of compare this new Lancome Skin Tint to other skin tints that I have and that I either like or don't care for as much anymore, and just kind of rank them at the end. And I'm actually going to show you guys some side-by-side comparisons as well. So let's start off with the brand new Lancome, and this is called their Skin Idol 3 Serum Super Tint Skin Tint, and this is available in 20 shades. This retails for $46 US. You get 1 ounce and 30 mils. You're paying about $1.53 per mil. So not bad for Lancome being a more high-end brand. This is made in France, and it does have a 12-month shelf life. Again, this is available in 20 shades, and I went with 20N, and that is for light skin with neutral peach undertones. That is one thing that I've always struggled with Lancome products, is I just never feel like I find the perfect shade. You can check out my whole Lancome playlist. I have the Care and Glow foundation, the Care and Glow concealer, the regular Tint Idol foundation, and the concealer. So you can check out all of those reviews. This is very different from other Lancome foundations. I was really excited because this is the first time it didn't have a sunscreen in it. Now, typically I like sunscreens, and I'm going to show you guys side by side. So in today's look, I actually have the Chantecaille skin tint on. In the previous look that you guys will be seeing in just a second, I'm wearing the same top, same hairdo, pretty much same look, just different foundations, is the Lancome. So I wore this one yesterday, and I have tested this out 2 days now, and I just really don't like it. I took some time in between filming that look and this look, and I just have to say, oh, you guys will see, this has a very strong fragrance in there. So this is not fragrance free, just so you guys know that. Let's go over the details of it really quick, and then we'll talk about comparisons in just a second. So this is Lancome's, again, their new Adol 3 Serum Super Skin Tint that covers like a tint yet feels like a serum, delivering a luminous natural finish for up to 24 hours. This tinted serum offers lightweight, buildable coverage that seamlessly glides on to the skin. So the benefits are that it's supposed to instantly blur, even, and hydrate the skin for a dewy, healthy looking complexion that's supposed to last all day. It has skincare infused formula that reinforces the skin barrier with 3 powerful serums: niacinamide, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin E. So the key ingredients are 1% hyaluronic acid to instantly hydrate the skin, 2% niacinamide to reinforce skin barrier, and vitamin E. And we all know what all 3 of those do and the benefits of that. So let's take a look at the full ingredient list. There is no coconut derivatives that I can personally see. If you guys spot anything, let me know. We do see the isododecane as the first ingredient, and then we see dimethicone and then water. So typically water is the first ingredient, but you have some of those smoothing agents up front. There is alcohol denate. I know some of you are very allergic to alcohol denate, so just keep that in mind. That's up there at the top of the list. And as always, if you're new here, I really touch on the ingredients because I think it's important to show you guys this. And anything at the top of the list is always the most potent in the product, just so you guys know that. You see the niacinamide and you see silica after that. Now I see, unless there's another generic name for it, I see tocopherol at the end of the list, and that's vitamin E, yet they highlight that as an important ingredient in there. But remember, anything at the lower level of the list is going to be least potent in this product. So just please keep that in mind. All right, let's jump into the application. I'll show you guys the swatch one more time for 20N. If you're new to my channel, I am 47 years old. I do have sensitive, acne-prone skin, and I do tend to look for foundations that are on the lighter side, like the lighter coverage side, especially as I've gotten older. I just tend to think they just wear better on my personal skin. NARS Sheer Glow is my #1 foundation, and I wear shade Punjab and Fiji. I kind of alternate between the two depending on if I'm self-tanned or not, but my perfect shade is Fiji. But during the summer and times where I start to self-tan, Punjab ends up being my favorite shade in the NARS. So if you're twinsy to me, that's kind of where I lie. And I just like that type of foundation that doesn't have any type of fragrance in it, that wears nicely all day. It's not too heavy, not too matte, because I do have more normal to dry skin. I already prepped with my favorite Calicine. You guys know Calicine, if you're a Glamfam sister, is just my ultimate skincare. If you're new here, I have a whole video that you guys can check out on my full AM and PM skincare routine. And you can also check out my website, kristiallure.com/skincare, and that will be my entire skincare regimen. Everything I talked about on that video is there, and you can shop all of the links from there as well. You can also scan that QR code right there, and it will take you to all of my top skincare products. And I try other products, but let me tell you guys, nothing makes my skin feel like Calicine. It's just the ultimate best. And I don't know when I'm releasing this video, but they were running a lot of amazing Mother's Day specials. I want to say it's till the end of May. So if you want to definitely check that out, they are just amazing. And you can always use my code Kristi at checkout, and you'll always get 15% off. And typically when there's sales, you not only get the sale deal, but you also get an extra 15% off of anything. So it is amazing. And I want to talk about a couple other products, but but I want to get into the Lancome application first. So I took it with my hands because I typically use my hands with skin tints first, and then I go in with a brush. So I just kind of was smoothing that on. As you guys can see, you're just really not getting anything out of that. I just feel like there's just so many other skin tints out there that are so amazing that I felt like, is this even doing anything? And it's making my skin feel sticky, and it's making me feel like I have something on my skin, and almost like the old school sunscreens where you just kind of feel like, ugh, I just want to get it off. That's how I felt. That's how I felt when I was taking it off at the end of the day. I felt like, ugh, I just can't wait to get this off my face. And I don't want to feel that way. If skin tint should feel like I have nothing on, right? Like right now I'm using the Chantecaille and this current makeup look, which I'll show you guys the application with that in just a second. And it feels like I have nothing on. I can leave this on for another 15 hours and I would feel good about my skin. So that's what I want to feel like, where this new Lancome one, I felt like I cannot wait to get this off, and I could not tolerate that fragrance. For me personally, it's just a really strong perfume skincare smell that is just not, it's just not for me. I mean, there's other people that like that, but it's just not for me. So take that with a grain of salt. If you really like a good Lancome fragrance, then you're going to like it. So, I mean, again, it's to each their own. It's all relative. You have to go with what makes you feel good, what makes you wears well on your skin. But as far as like emphasizing, not emphasizing texture, pores, wrinkles, I don't feel like that smoothed anything out. And I do feel like it accentuated my scarring and stuff like that. I just didn't feel like it was really doing that much for me. I don't know, just for me personally, it wasn't my favorite, but you guys have to try it out for yourselves. But I did go in with my Hourglass in the shade Drift because that's my current favorite shade just for every day. I love that shade. And it's a brand new shade from Hourglass. I picked it up during the sale. They added on some new shades, and it is more of a neutral peach undertone, which is, again, my perfect undertone. So I really have been liking this, and I can use this one all over the face. So I was able to cover up some of those areas. I ended up going in with my Tennelle, and you guys are gonna see this is my favorite cream bronzer. I don't know if I'm gonna release this video first or my actual demo of that product, but literally it's my favorite cream bronzer ever made. It's so good. So I ended up going in with Latte because I used iced latte more in the last video when I talked about this product when I filmed it, and I wanted you guys to be able to see what Latte looks. So it's a little bit deeper. You're gonna get a little bit more oomph out of that one, whereas iced latte is one I reach for the most. And you'll see me apply iced latte in this current look that I have on right now, and when I apply the Chantecaille. So we'll go over that in just a second, but I am obsessed, and you can only pick this up on Revolve. You can shop my link right there in the corner, and it will take you right to the Revolve website. You get a lot of product for $45. So again, I will go into further details of that, but I just wanted to show you guys that. But I do want to show you guys, because with that look, it's pretty much the same look I have on today, just different foundations. I did try out the Too Faced Kissing Juicy Tint Lip Balm, and this is brand new at Ulta. I'm sure they probably have it at Sephora, but I got it at Ulta. This retails for $26 US, and it's available in 7 shades. I did go with shade Bubblegum, which is a soft pink. And what I like about this product is, I've mentioned this before with other lip tints. Now I like the NYX one a lot, and I've done that, the Ivy lip stain. I did that in previous videos. I still really love that one. But this one is even a little bit lighter, which I do appreciate. So I already have a lot of red in my natural lip, like a darker pink red. So when I put those lip stains on, they just make me look like I ate a cherry popsicle. So for me, that's just not the look I personally love. So it's been hard for me to find a lip tint that leaves my lips with that nice soft pink, like a lighter pink, where it just kind of tames down my normal lip, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it just doesn't make it look so red. And you guys know, if you're a Glamfam sister, you know I like only neutral lips or light pink lips. That's my jam right there. So this is about as dark as I want it, and this is even a little bit darker than I want or typically like, but it's fun for the summer. But this is basically the stain, and I just put on some lip gloss over it. So really have been liking it. So that is how I applied it the other day when I did the Lancome foundation, as you guys can see right there. And then I'll show you guys what the Lancome foundation looked like outside. So again, a good match. I'm not going to say it wasn't a good match. Again, it's just the fragrance is probably, if it didn't have a fragrance, I'd work with the product more, but because it does, it just really throws me off. And I was so excited, you guys, because again, it was the first time that there was no chemical sunscreen in there. But unfortunately, this was just a no-go for me. But you guys can see what it looks like outside and just determine for yourself. By the time you put the powders and everything on, it starts to blur out the pores. So it looks good outside. Let's see how I remove this lip balm. So you guys can see right there how I removed it. It was kind of like a shiny lip balm feeling. I'm not going to say that it distributes evenly. I have really dry lips right now, so it's a little crusty. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So it's going to emphasize that a little bit. But once you take it off and then put some type of regular moisturizing balm on, it actually wears really nice throughout the day. I wore this through a 12-hour trip the other day and it was really nice. So I have been enjoying it a lot. Now there is coconut oil in this. So let's take a look at those ingredients for this. The ingredients do show coconut oil, which is so unfortunate. You have two forms of it there. You have caprylic and then you also have cocoa. So if you have any type of coconut derivative allergies, I would stay away from this product. It's probably not worth it to you. So while we're on the topic of stuff I picked up at Ulta, I just want to show you guys this brush. This is the Ulta collection, Ulta Beauty collection, dual-ended multi-sculpting brush 132. You've got a dual-ended side to contour, which I really appreciate. You've got kind of a medium and a small slanted dome head, and this is really great for cream contouring, like the jawline, the hairline, the nose. It's a little too big for me for a nose, but where I like to do it is kind of, I'll show you guys how I was using the Tinel bronzer. Like you can really start to create that nice eyeshadow contour into your nose contour that I typically do. So I really like it for that. And you do get really nice synthetic hairs on this. So I really, really appreciate it. It is vegan and they are not made with animal products or any type of byproduct derivatives, which is really great. So Ulta Beauty collection is now Clean Beauty, which is really nice. So I have been really liking this. Now I did pick up the Charlotte Tilbury one. So I just got it in the mail. I literally just got it from my doorstep. So I'll show you guys right there some B-roll footage. I haven't seen it yet, but I'll show you kind of the comparisons between the two. I still need to try out the Charlotte Tilbury, so we will be doing that in another video. So stay tuned for that. Now, I originally picked up and I used this when I talked about the bronzers, and this is the Makeup by Mario F4, and I picked this up during the Sephora sale, and I like it. I just don't really care for it now for like sculpting out the face. So I think if you're looking for a quick bronzing, it's great. Like the big side is where I use like the cream bronzer, but I've been using that side for blush and I really like it. It reminds me a lot of the BK Beauty 109. So if you already have the 109, you don't really need this brush unless you like that dual-ended aspect. Hey Glamfam, so BK Beauty is doing a sale and it's going on now until May 21st. You get 20% off site-wide. Use code YT20, but you have to use my link right there in the corner or in the description box. That's the only way you will be able to access the 20% off, but that brings that BK Beauty 109 down to $25.60 before tax. That's amazing. So definitely take advantage of that. If you had any of the BK Beauty favorites that I'm showing you right there on your list, now is a good time. And again, that's only going on until May 21st. So I'm just trying to make use out of it because I bought it, but I just want to keep playing with it in different ways. I want to try it even with foundation, but I do like the dual-ended aspect. Like, let's just say I don't want to travel with a ton of brushes. Like I don't want to bring my BK 109 and 106. I can just bring this one where I can use that for cream blush and not for cream bronzer. So that's nice. But I like this one for sculpting. And I think this is a really good comparison to the Hourglass one I always use. This is a good dupe for it, where that one's really expensive, where this one you're spending $20 plus I used the $3.50 off coupon. So I got it for what, around 14 something, 16, I can't remember, whatever the math is, 16 something, but I used another $3 reward I had. So I think it brought it down to 14 is where I got the 14. But I like this one, and I like that you can even, if you like to do like small sculpting, like you just want to take a product and just do really tight and then blend it out, or this one even on the jawline or again on the nose, depending on how you want to do. I have a pretty small nose, so this one is a little too fat for around it, but you guys can see I kind of just did a shadowing, which is nice too if you just want something very, very natural. But I've been really liking that brush, you guys, really liking it. All right, now let's jump into how I created today's look. So I did go in with my Dermatology water cream, and I did that yesterday, but I don't think I showed that. So I'm not sure if I showed it, but you guys know the drill. You know, I always use my Dermatology water cream. I do all of my calcium products earlier when I wake up. I wash my face or take a shower, and I do all of my calcium products, and then I wait, and then I do my Dermatology water cream before I put my makeup on. So I just really like that method for me personally. And then I went in with the Yepoda, and I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing, is it Yepoda? It's a K-beauty brand, and they actually sent this over for me, and this is the Mist Have. There is nothing in here that irritates my skin. A lot of their other products had coconut derivatives in it, so they let me choose, and this is the only product that didn't have coconut derivatives. But I have been really liking it. It's very moisturizing. I'll put the price point right there, but I have been really, really liking this product. I didn't test it out. I got it before my niece's wedding a while back now, and I didn't want to try it out because I wasn't sure if it was going to break me out. I didn't want to have any unexpected breakouts. So I have been using it since then, and I have been really liking it. It is a really nice mist, and you do get, I don't think there's a smell to this. Yeah, it's a slight skincare, it's just a pleasant smell. It's nothing like this where it's like highly like fragranted. It's just like a refreshing smell, but it like literally goes away in just a second. But I have been really liking this. It's a really nice product. And these are two other products I have been really, really enjoying. And this is by Dermselect. Now I did get this in PR, you guys, but I have been really liking both of these products. So this is the Dermselect, and this is the Revitalite Eyelid and Dark Circle Corrector, Professional Strength. And you can pick these up on their website. Hey Glamfam, I wanted to let you guys know that Dermselect gave me a 15% off coupon code for my Glamfam. Just use code Kristi15 at checkout when you click that link, and you will get 15% off Dermselect products. So this 5-in-1 advanced eye treatment combines multi-peptides and tightening agents to help decrease the look of puffiness, dark circles, and under eye bags. It also works to firm and tighten the appearance of drooping skin on the eyelids, and it has light diffusing pigments that will instantly provide a well-rested look with a soothing, cool tip applicator to work and increase circulation, resulting in an instant rejuvenation. Let's take a look at the full ingredient list. We have water as the first ingredient, then you see C1215 alkali benzenite, glycerin, hydrogenated polybutane, and then you can see the rest from there. I don't see any coconut derivatives in there. Now, I don't tend to break out under my eye or on my eyelids, but if you have any type of allergies, I do want to show you guys the full ingredient list. So again, you guys can decide if there's anything in there that will bother your eye area, because you want to be really careful. I haven't had any allergies to this. I've been using this for 2 weeks now, and I have been really liking it. It is really good though. I have super sensitive skin, and I have been really enjoying that. And you guys know there's not a lot of other skincare products that I like, and I have been liking that. And then they have a Dermselect Smooth Lip Volumizer. This is supposed to provide an instant visual plumping effect while giving your lips a smoother, fuller appearance. It targets feathering lip lines, and it makes an excellent lip primer. And I have to say, you guys, it really does make a really nice lip primer. I like using this before I go in with the Too Faced because it's allowing my lips to get enough moisture in there before I put a lip tint or a lip stain on there. But I do want to show you guys the full ingredient list because you do have coconut oil, and it clearly states coconut oil as the third ingredient, or second ingredient. So it's really high up on the list. So that's something you're just going to have to be really careful with, especially I know a lot of you have been looking for lip products that don't contain coconut oil in it, and unfortunately this one does. I don't break out around here. It's not my first choice in a product, but I just want to let you guys know it does have it in there. So we don't have it in the eye cream, but we do have it in the lip product. Just beware of that. But I have been liking it, and I do want to share it with you. And some people are not allergic to coconut oil, so I always like to point that out. All right, you guys, let's get into today's look so we don't take too long in this video. So I tried out 2 different skin tints to compare it to the Lancome for you. So the comparison I had, oops, as I drop everything as always, Kristi does that. I wanted to try it out comparing it to the Fenty Beauty one. So I haven't used the Eavesdrops in so long, or Eavesdrop foundation skin tint, and since I reviewed it. You can check out my full review on this product. I'm not sure if I did 8 or 9, but now I have 9 for some reason, and 9 is just not a good match for me. This is really orange on my skin. I've always had an issue with Fenty products, for me personally, finding a good undertone. And I haven't really been happy with a lot of their products. They weren't for me. Personally, I just didn't find, there was stuff I like. I liked the powder, that was good. The powder foundation was good, but it just wasn't nearly as good as like the one size. I just haven't been that happy, but I thought, let's try it again and see if I like it. So I was actually going to do the comparison of these 2, but then I ended up going, I had to end up taking this off because I didn't like it. But let me show you guys how I prepped my skin for that. So after I applied all of that Dermselect stuff, I went in with my NYX Freezy Face, and I just prepped the skin for what I'm going to use today is the Fenty one, and then I'm also going to use the Chantecaille one. And after that, I went in with my Dermatology #1 primer to smooth out the pores per normal. And then I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint, and this is in the shade 3 Fair. I did a full review on this, and I really like this for creating some type of like highlight to my face where I can't use Hollywood Flawless Filter because that one breaks me out. It has coconut oil in it. So I like this one because she didn't put coconut oil in this product. And it is a nice balm that's not sticky, which I do appreciate. So I did put that on first. And then I went in with the Fenty Eavesdrop. So I haven't picked up this product since I reviewed this product. And if you want to see a full review on this, I want to say I did shade 8. You can check out my full review there. I had not picked this product up in years since I did the review. And I guess there's a reason, because I truly did not like it. So first of all, shade 9 is definitely not my shade. It's very orange. And you guys can see right there, I'm applying it. It looks halfway decent. I took the BK Beauty 115. I think they're still doing the Mother's Day special. It's my favorite foundation brush, just so you guys know that. And I started working the product in. I think I did my fingers first. So if I did my fingers first, sorry. And then I went in with the brush and started kind of distributing the product more and just trying to get more coverage out of this product. I would say this has a little bit more coverage than the Lancome. There's no scent to it, but I don't think it's anything miraculous. And if anything, I felt like it looked separated on my skin. So definitely, I mean, it's been a few years, I've aged, so who knows, maybe it was a little bit better when I first tried it. I think I actually had a pretty decent review on that. It's been a while, but I just didn't like it, you guys. You can see how that looks there. And then I'll show you guys a comparison between how the Fenty Eavesdrop looks compared to the Lancome one. Now you, again, are gonna get a little bit more coverage out of the Fenty. Let's take a look at it side by side to the Sweet Beauty that I recently did. We'll look at all 3 of those and show you guys kind of what each one of those look like. Now I think the Sweet Beauty one, personally, out of those 3, are is definitely. But I will say the Sweet Beauty is advertised as a foundation, not a skin tint, just so you know that. So these are advertised as skin tints, both the Fenty one and this brand new Lancome one. But just so you guys can see the comparisons, I'm in shade 3 with Sweet Beauty. Eavesdrop was shade 9, but I think shade 8 is a better match for me. And then the Lancome 20N. So just so you guys can see how all of those look. I think I might have older footage of the Maybelline Skin Tint. And I'm going to tell you guys at the end of the video, spoiler alert, if you're looking for a really good skin tint without any sunscreen in it, the Maybelline would be my absolute #1 skin tint. So just so you guys know that. I just think that one, it's a perfect match and it really is a great product. But I do like the Sweet Beauty a little bit more because it gives me, it doesn't crease as much as the Maybelline Skin Tint does at a long period during the day. So that's what I'm finding. But I took all of that off. I took the Eavesdrop off and I did the same skin prep, and then I ended up going in with my Chantecaille. And this is the Chantecaille, and I've been testing this out for a month now. This is off camera just because I wanted to see how much I liked this product. And this is the Just Skin Tinted Moisturizer, and this has a broad spectrum sunscreen of SPF 15 in this, and it is a mineral-based sunscreen. I do not break out with this one. This is shade Vanilla. I have been loving this as far as a sunscreen skin tint. I haven't found one that I love. This one does not get tacky. You literally, once you put it on, it literally dries down and it blends out. You have to work kind of fast to blend it out, but I think if you are an oily skin girly, you're gonna really like this product. It is really nice. As you guys can see right there, I'm just applying it with my hands. Now, how I found that I love this product even more is mixing it with my Fair and L'Oreal. And it just gave me a little bit more, I don't know how to say it. It just made it a little bit more even smoothing, I would say. I just really loved that combination. This is the first time I tried it, and I really, really like it, you guys. And it wears beautifully. And you're getting a little bit of SPF, not a lot. You still, if you're out in the sun all day and or like me, 47 or even older, you're really gonna wanna put a little bit more sunscreen than that on. In that case, I only use my Dermatology sunscreen. It's the best sunscreen ever made. So that is a tinted sunscreen. So I have mixed these two together, the Dermatology and this one, and now I think I'm going to add a little bit of Lumi Glow and get even more protection out of it. But it is fantastic. This is a much better skin tint, in my opinion, than the Lancome. And I never thought I'd say the Lancome doesn't have a sunscreen. Usually I don't like sunscreens in my foundation because I want to choose my own sunscreen. But for some reason, Chantecaille nailed it. And it just, you guys can see right there, it just looks flawless on my skin. So, and I like, again, that it's gripping, where I don't have to worry about too much dry down with it. It doesn't have a lot of tack to it. You know, once you set it down, it's pretty set down. So I really do appreciate that. And then I went in with the Cali Ray Radiant Color Corrector. I have been loving the Radiant. That's one I probably pick up the most. And I just like to take my BKBD A506 and just start to kind of spread out the product. And then I take my jumbo sponge from Dose of Colors. I love the jumbo one. That's my favorite one now, you guys. I just love it's the same consistency and texture of my normal seamless sponge, but I just really like the jumbo one. I don't know why, it just makes things go by a little bit faster for me. So I am just kind of blending that out, and as you guys can see, it's so beautiful. And then I went in with my Hourglass Drift Concealer. I love Cotton, I love Oat, don't get me wrong, they're both so beautiful, but I just been reaching for Drift lately. And again, these are new shades, but this is my new favorite, I think. I just really like this shade. Now, if I'm going somewhere glamorous, I will use Cotton. And then sometimes I'll mix Drift and Oat on a normal day where I just want a little bit more brightening. This one's not going to give me as much brightening, but if I'm using it with the color corrector, I don't need that much brightening. So that's what I like about this one. I just love Drift, and I love that I can spot conceal with this one. It's a perfect neutral peach shade, like I mentioned earlier. I am obsessed with this shade. It's so, so good. And I just blended that out with the 506 first. Again, I like to spread out the product, and then I go in with my sponge and blend it all out. And I like to do the concealer before my bronzer only because if I need to spot conceal any areas, I like to do that before I put a cream contour or a cream blush or cream bronzer on. Just for me, that's a better method. I did end up going in with the Iced Latte bronzer from Tinel. I love this cream bronzer, and I took that brand new brush from Ulta Beauty Collection, so the dual-ended contour brush, and I really like this brush, you guys. And you guys can see it just applies like a dream. Like seriously, that Iced Latte is my perfect shade. I think it's the lightest shade too. You just could pop that on with your eyes closed. That's how easy this product is, and it leaves this beautiful sculpt to the face, but not overdone, especially Iced Latte. I just feel like it's just a really beautiful contour that you get. It's just so easy and quick, and I love it for those no makeup days. And I like that even if you have oily skin, you're really gonna enjoy this product. Again, I'll go into details of that product in a different video, but really, or I might have already, I don't know what I'm gonna upload first. So anyway, love this product so much. And then I went in with my Sweet Beauty in the shade Sun Touch because I used Cheeky in the other look, and I thought, let's just use the one I use all the time. And what I like about this shade is even though I'm wearing the same top pink, you can still pull it off. I still really like it. And I'm using the opposite side, the smaller side of that Mario F4 brush. And it just looks so pretty, you guys, so pretty. Then I went in with my One Size powder in 5NG. Again, I've been really liking this shade, and that's where the magic happens. That's where all the pore filling effects come into. It just makes you look like you have a filter on your face, right? You can really just close up those pores with a good powder. And I'm taking this Sephora puff because that's just, I've been using that one a lot because then it's only one puff I need, and that's what I like about that one. So I'm just setting everything down. And then I took the Chantecaille Perfect Blur Powder. So this is not the typical one I usually use. The Petal is what I use under my eyes, and that's more of a powdered foundation. This is like a setting powder, and this is very clean. There's not a lot of ingredients in this, and it is very blurring, very blurring. But this is more of a I would say it's like the Charlotte Tilbury one. Even, I would say a little bit more blurring, but lighter weight. So you're gonna get a lot of pigment out of the Charlotte Tilbury, and I still love that one a lot, where this one is gonna be very translucent. So if you have very dry skin, you weren't a powder girl at all, this Perfect Blur powder in light medium is so, like, almost like you have nothing on your skin, but it's still blurring things out, as you guys can see. And I'm using the opposite side of the velour puff for that. But I love this powder. It's one of the first powders I used from Chantecaille before I bought the Petal. And then of course, I always go in with Petal because Petal is just so beautiful under my eye. It just has a nice pink undertone to it, light pink undertone to it. And it just really just makes that under eye look flawless all day long. So I did utilize that as well. Then I went back to my Hourglass bronzer in Nude Bronze Light. I haven't picked that up in a long time. I thought I would play with that one a little bit. And I'm using a NARS bronzer brush, and I've been really liking this bronzer brush. I picked it up during a sale, and I have been really liking that brush. Sorry guys, I did go in with my Tom Ford Sun Drunk blush. You guys know how much I love this blush. I haven't put it down since I got it. And then I sprayed it down with the Huda Beauty, and this is the Easy Bake. I just used this in a previous video. I picked this up during the sale, and I have been really liking this setting spray, really liking it. Then I took my Tom Ford Nude Sand Highlighter, and I'm using a Sigma F35. That was a holiday collection brush. And I like kind of the synthetic brushes to apply that gel highlighter. I think it picks it up and gives you a little bit more pizzazz to it. But if you want more of a natural lit from within glow, then I would use more of a Japanese fude brush. So it just depends on what you're looking for. But that really applies that nicely where you're getting a little bit more impact out of that. And I like to do the highlighter after I do the setting spray because it gives it a little, it just gives it a little bit more zhuzh to it. And then I went in with a little bit more blush from the Tom Ford. And then I took my Sweet Beauty Miracle Powder. You guys know that just makes me look like I have a filter on my face. I'm obsessed with that powder. Can't live without that powder. You guys know I have bought so many backups of that because I just love it so much. And then I did my eyeshadow look off camera. I'll talk about in just a second at the end of the video what I used, but that is what the final look turned out, and I'll show you the outdoor footage of what that looks like so you guys can see what the Chantecaille looks like outside, and I'll show you kind of a side-by-side comparison in just a second of the Chantecaille versus the Lancome on separate days. But that is what today's look looks like outside, but just wears so beautifully throughout the day. I am obsessed. And in that look, I just have my Buxom Princess lip gloss on, just so you guys know that. Now let's take a look at how I applied the Too Faced again in studio so you guys can see my second time applying it on camera now. I've obviously been playing with it off camera, so I've used it several times, but I just really love this product, you guys. It is so good. It's so unfortunate they put coconut oil in it, though. I wish it would have been even better for me if they would have left that out, in my opinion. But that is how the final look looks like in studio with the Chantecaille Skin Tint. Again, I'm just giving you my preferences, so take that with a grain of salt, but I just prefer the Chantecaille one over this Lancome one. For me, it's just a much better skin tint. I would much prefer even the Sweet Beauty that I just reviewed. The Sweet Beauty just has a little bit more coverage. This is advertised as a foundation, not a skin tint, but it is sort of like a skin tint. It's reminding me a lot of my this one, the Iconic London. So I would say Iconic London and Sweet Beauty are very similar. I just like the finish of this one a little bit more. You guys, if you're a longtime Glamfam sister, you know how much I loved the Iconic London, but I would have to say the Sweet Beauty definitely took over that. Even if I was comparing this to the Maybelline Skin Tint, now this one doesn't have a dropper just because I put a pump on this one, but I would much prefer the Maybelline Skin Tint over this Lancome Skin Tint, since these are both advertised as skin tints as well as the Chantecaille. Now what I like about the Chantecaille is you have the SPF in there that is a mineral-based SPF that does not affect my skin. I can wear this all day and not break out or have any issues. It's fragrance-free. So I love this one. I mean, as you guys can see, I can even pull this off as a full coverage just because I built it up. And yes, it's going to crease a little bit because I did build it up. I used a little bit left over of the Hourglass to give myself that little extra coverage that I personally like, especially if I'm doing a very glam look like this, but you can still pull it off. I just was really excited to test this out. And if you like a good Lancome fragrance, then yes, you're going to love this skin tint. If you really don't want a whole lot, like you just have nothing to cover, then you're absolutely going to like this. There is a skin tint out there for everyone. So just because I don't care for it for my preferences or my skin type doesn't mean you're not going to love it. So just please keep that in mind. I'm glad that there is no chemical SPF in there, so that's wonderful. But all in all, I was just a little disappointed with this. So I'm gonna give this Lancome a 2 out of 5. I just really was not happy with this skin tint, you guys. It, like I said, it kind of made me nauseous how perfumey it was. It just wasn't for me. So definitely if you're a Lancome fan, you might want to try it, and you just want something super lightweight, then you might want to try. If you like any type of coverage, I would just lean towards some of their other stuff. So that's just my opinion. I would save my coins and buy this on a budget, especially 118 is my perfect shade. And you guys know my love for this Maybelline Skin Tint. But to me, honestly, like my NARS Sheer Glow is my ultimate. Like this is the one I'm gonna reach for 99% of the time. Now, if I really want some sun protection, I do mix these two. Like I'll do a little bit light, like a light layer of this for the sunscreen, or just use my Dermatology, and then I'll put this over it. But this right here, because I can use this, it's a Sheer Glow. So it's almost like gonna perform like a skin tint, or I'm gonna reach for my Sweet Beauty. So right now, these are my top ones that I reach for, just so you guys guys know that. But that is my rankings right there for my favorite skin tints in order. I would have to say I'm really disappointed in the Fenty as well. I haven't picked this up since I reviewed it. And I think back then I really liked it because there wasn't a whole lot of options out there that I had personally tried that compared this to anything. So I haven't picked this up for a reason. Let's just put it there so you guys can kind of see by my results there. My nose is running just out of control right now. So I did finish off the eyes with this Tom Ford eyeshadow palette, you guys. I picked this up during the Sephora VIB Rouge sale, and I got my Rouge discount, plus I got to use my points from my Sephora Visa. So I use my Sephora Visa to grocery shop for anything outside of makeup. I still use that card. So I get a nice rewards after a while, and because groceries are so expensive, I have collected a lot of rewards out of that. And I picked up the shade, this is Rose Topaz. I wasn't quite sure because I've never tried a Tom Ford eyeshadow palette. This is a hefty price. This is $95. But with my 20% off plus my rewards, I paid $23 for this. And let me tell you guys, I would pay the $95 because it's that good. It is extremely good. For my basic girls, I haven't put this down since I purchased it. And what I like about it is that kind of cream to powder formula. So that dark shade makes it last all day. I had my eyeshadow on for a long period of time traveling the other day, and it was like it never faded. It was amazing. And I love it in combination with my Tarte Gemstone palette. Unfortunately, you can't get this palette anymore, but this is one of my favorite palettes of all time. And I just use those darker shades. But if you guys want me to create this eyeshadow look, I have been wearing this every time I do my makeup. I do the same entire look, and I use this palette as well as this Tom Ford one, and I am obsessed with those metallics. They are so beautiful. And I usually kind of put my Chantecaille one on. I forgot to do that today actually, but I have been loving, you guys, I have to show you this brush. So this is from Chantecaille. If I can find her, that would be wonderful. It's always when I need something and I want to show you guys is when I can't find it. And typically I leave it out and create a mess on my desk, and I've been trying to put things away. But this is the Chantecaille, and I want to say this is just their eye base, so you can use this to create an eyeshadow base with this, but it has a fluffy end to it. So I did get the Chantecaille eyeshadow base, but I haven't played with it enough, and I think these two go together. But I have been using it with my Elephant, and I have to say, you guys, I really like this brush. I really like it. And I think it's natural fibers, but I'm not positive. But I have been loving this, and you guys know my love for Elephant. So Elephant combined with this Tom Ford shade, Rose Topaz. Oh my gosh, next sale, I highly recommend that because it is phenomenal. It is truly phenomenal. So that is what I have on my eyelids. And then I also have been really liking this Too Faced. Now it does have coconut oils for my ladies out there that don't want coconut oil on their lips. I don't break out there, so I'm fine, but I know a lot of you do. So, or not break out, but have like allergic reaction. So definitely don't use this product, but I like the way it stains my lips. I think this is one of the best besides the NYX one that I had mentioned before. This is one of my favorites. So as far as like a good pink lip stain where it's not too much, right? So my lips pull a lot of red, and I have to be careful with that. So have been liking that. I took it off, as you guys can see right there, and then I put on some lip gloss, and I really like it. And I put on the Polite Society, ironic because Jared left Too Faced to start Polite Society, and that's the new shimmer one. I am literally obsessed with the shimmer shade. It's so pretty. All right, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today. I love you guys so much. If you're new here, before you go, please remember to hit that subscribe button and click that post notification bell. Join our beautiful Glam Fam. We're here every week, and we just love for you to become part of our family. And if you did like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. When you guys hit the like button and comment below, it really does help my videos out. you can join me during the week. I do upload shorts, and I'm also on Instagram. I do upload reels over there, so definitely check that out. You can follow my blog, KristiAllure.com. I have all of my Amazon favorites, my brand new merch. Definitely check out my Glamfam merch. I know I have some really cute items on there, and you can also shop my link right there, and that's going to take you to that page where all of my favorites are, from all of my fashion faves to every single video that I do. You will be able to shop the entire look that I talk about in each one of my videos. So definitely scan that QR code and check out all of my favorite beauty and fashion faves. Be sure to check out that video next, and I will see you on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.